Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
It's GMS Dallas. First and foremost, we want to give all praises to the Most High.
Yahawah, by Sham, Yahawashi, by Sham, Qadash.
Want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth and rule well. Want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right? May the blessing of election be upon your house. Today, we're going to dive into Revelation, the 7th chapter, because it's important to identify who's who. The 17th chapter. All right? We got to identify who's who in the Lord's movie. All right? Especially out there being on the highways and byways, we could directly identify who's the problem, who's this person, the things that are playing out in prophecy. So we got to know the characters. When you're growing up in that church, man, you don't know who's who. All right? But it's being revealed unto us through the Spirit. So Revelation 17:1.
This is Revelation chapter 17 and verse 1. And there came one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, and I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore. So
John is being shown the judgment of this great whore. We know this great whore is America, Babylon the Great. Okay, this is the very nation which all 12 tribes will be in captivity together. All right, the bulk of Israel is here in the north country. We'll get into that as we go on. All right, go ahead, brother.
Continuation on Revelation 17:1. That sitteth upon many waters.
And that many waters, you could jump to verse 15 in the same chapter. Okay. Oh, go ahead.
This is the book of Nahum, chapter 3. I'll just get to the point, verse 4, because it mentioned the whore, right?
Mm-hmm.
It says, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry, verse 3. The horseman lifted up the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts.
Yeah, man, America is that country that pushes. This is the epicenter of which wickedness is pushed upon the earth. This is that whore that sits upon the beast. All right, you had a point on that that you want to
Yeah, because going into the multitude of the whoredoms, which the whoredoms goes into pretty much harlotries.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much what America does is America pushes its philosophies and its doctrines and its ways of life on all these different nations. That's why, that's why it says the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot. And when you go into a well-favored harlot, this harlot is the top of the harlots. Like, she's the top dog.
The mother of all harlots.
The mother of all harlots. That tells you in Revelation 17.
Yeah.
The well-favored harlot and the mother of all harlots is literally the same thing.
Same thing. They push that democracy, that false religion, idolatry, homosexuality, just straight up lies, adultery, covetousness. They push all these things, man, and it's the foul of the earth. And going into that democracy, you're pushing this form of government, which also identifies who they are because they vary from all the other previous rulerships, right? Right. We know that this is the first time they had like a republic and a senate and all this. This we identify. We know who these people are, but democracy, you have people voting on judgment when the judgment's already written. Right and wrong, how you deal with matters is already written. Right. So this whole way this place is set up, it leads to death because you have people by default leaning upon their own understanding. All right.
That was
okay.
I got one.
Okay, go ahead.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, and verse 13. It says, O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thine end is come, and the measure of thy covetousness. And like the scripture says in Job, pretty much the wicked have been set to bounds that they cannot pass.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, their wickedness is being fulfilled to the point where that's it. The measure is being complete, like it says in 2 Esdras, the 15th chapter. Thy wickedness has been complete. So now it's time for the Lord to judge because they had made void thy law.
Yeah. Somebody got another charger for my charger's doing something weird. I don't want it down.
You need a cord.
The cord is doing something weird. Okay, the water. Could you read that one time?
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, and verse 13. It says, O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thine end is come, and the measure of thy covetousness.
And break it down one more time.
Kind of pretty much going into, it's a precept for that Revelation 17:1, pretty much going into America. Babylon the Great, that great port. This is upon many waters.
That's right.
Right? This America has pretty much perpetuated wickedness throughout the earth. Covetousness, like I said, thy end is come because of that very thing, man. Hey, like it says in Habakkuk, gathereth unto themselves all nations.
Yeah, let's go through that. Let's get to Habakkuk too. Just to double down on the fact that, and it's gonna mention the wine later in the chapter, but we'll already had touched on it because that's their agenda, man. They gathered unto them everyone, and they push their way of life, their philosophy. Go ahead.
Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 5. Yeah, also because he transgressed by wine.
And we know what that wine is. We go to Isaiah 29. We know what it is. Go ahead.
He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death.
He is as death. So he set up, America has bases in every major continent all over the earth.
Over 900.
Yeah. So we're and brother, so whenever there's, a dispute or there's some riches to be had, it could be over there in an instant. And they disguise, their underhanded, agenda under the guise of democracy and freedom, as though they're for the people. The same way, back when they had the plebeians, the patricians,
Right.
they would disguise, they would have meetings every day like they were for the people, when really they were trying to find out new ways to have more control.
That's like I say, bro. That's yet another indicator to show that this is that beast that had a deadly wound and yet was healed.
Right? We're identifying who's who in this movie. All right, go ahead, brother.
Continuation on Habakkuk 2 and verse 5. Who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death.
He enlarges his desire as hell and is as death. Wherever this man goes, the conditions of those hellish conditions follow him. All right? Conditions of death follow this man. The scriptures call him, if somebody wants to get it, the border of wickedness. Yeah, somebody wants to get it. We'll read that real quick.
Can I make a point on that Jeremiah 51 already? When you go into that word covetousness, Strong's H1215, Batazai, all right? It says profit, unjust gain, acquired by violence. And what the scripture saying is Sirach.
Somebody, I get it. Sirach 10 and 8. Yeah.
So the scripture lays out what's to come for a nation of people that gathers resources that pretty much takes things and profits off of things by the way of wickedness.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
So, go ahead. Okay. So this is Sirach 10 and 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, right? Injuries and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And the decrees that they pushed in this place, pushed upon our people, pushed upon other nations, which they're getting sick of, which is going to end up backfiring on them in the long run. They're about to be stripped of their throne, man. Sit in the dust. There is no throne. That's going to partake upon this very whore. All right.
That's why the scripture says, like when we just read it, Habakkuk, he enlargeth his desire as hell.
Mm-hmm.
When you read the scripture says that hell can never be full. So like pretty much what Esau is, he's insatiable.
Yeah.
He doesn't stop. So even though he enlarges his desire as hell and as death, hell and the grave can never be filled up. It can never get to a maximum capacity where the grave is like, all right, I'm done. It's never full. So Esau is never full. He's never going to be to the point whereas he just will stop. He's going to continue to keep going. But that's his MO. That's the spirit of the Lord God in for him to do all these different things so he can be identified at the end of the day.
Correct.
Who the Edomite was,
I got a preset.
Okay.
Just to kind of speak on what you were saying, who enlarges his desires as death and hell. We know that everything in the scriptures that repeat itself, just such as life, right? So when you look at Esau's first kingdom, which was a Greek, we'll go ahead and go to First Maccabees.
Mm-hmm.
This is First Maccabees 1 and 7. The point is in.
You lift up your voice too, brother.
Sure. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servants bare rule, every one in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves.
Mm-hmm. It's
and did their sons.
His four generals.
Yep, his four generals, right? Which he splits the kingdom up into those four wings of Daniel 7. So did their sons after them, and many years and evils were multiplied unto the earth. So it just goes to show you, when they first had their very first kingdom, they came out, and that's when that wickedness began to spread.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so this is just a non-stop thing each and every time. That's why these people we know aren't fit to rule.
Yeah.
You know, these people are the wicked. So each and every time, this is why, you know, he has to be in captivity. He has to be subjugated, because if not, you know, he's going to go against the grain every time. When he came out, I think the same thing coming out of that 1,000-year period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They came back out. Was that Revelation 20?
Yeah.
They came back out and start ruling and deceiving the world all over again. So this is their MO. This is what they do. But of course, you know, through the strength of Barak, that's, you know, that's their lot.
Yeah, man.
You know, so just going back to show, you know, since the very beginning when they came into rule, you know, this is their position. This is what they'll continue to do. This is why this man must be taken down.
Yeah. So when we sit out there and we say, oh, this so-called white man has to be removed, the scripture is saying that he's a virus to the earth. Evils were multiplied in the earth. Right? Yeah. So what happened? What do they do when something, you know, when you have something that gangrene or something that's going to be detrimental to the whole body? They cut that shit out.
Physician comes, you know, physician takes off the lung disease.
Oh, right. Yeah. Right. So are we wrong for saying, hey, like you talk about, he had that insatiable thirst. He's never going to stop. So that's why I wanted to get this right here, this Matthew 24. And I'll start at 21. It says, for there shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days should be shortened. And if this devil was allowed to do his shit forever, there would be nobody would be saved. It wouldn't be nobody here. This place would be like he makes all those movies about human extinction. That would happen if he was allowed to continue on. So we're really advocates for when people talk about those lofty terms like world peace and all those things, and you know, but the real advocates for world peace and balance are the prophets, are the elect of Israel. Oh yeah, we'll read that too. We call for it. Go ahead and read it real quick.
This is Malachi chapter 1, verse 1. It says, the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord, yet you say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith the Lord, yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places.
So they're rebuilding and they're coming back into this power. Man, look at all the wickedness. Look at all the sorrow. Look at the state of the people all over the world. So when we're out there, we're condemning this man. People, when they walk by, they turn up their nose, but when they really think about it, they know what we're saying is true. The people that really have that problem with it is the Edomites themselves, and those that have an affinity for them, which just so happens to be 2/3 of our people. They have an affinity for the same man that's plucked the skin off of them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I usually I'll do this lesson about Stalin and the chicken. If you guys ever seen that, Stalin had invited all his advisors one day to a meeting, and he had a chicken. He was famous for having collecting chickens and having chicken coop and all that. He plucked this chicken clean, all the feathers off of it, bleeding to death. The chicken was screaming. And then he set it down in front of all his advisors, and he started dropping breadcrumbs. And that chicken followed him. He said, you see, we could do whatever to these people. As long as we give them food, they'll do whatever we say. Israel's that chicken. Wow. This very man that's plucked you clean, you still follow after him, not realizing this is the person that's been afflicting you all along. All right, you want to go back to Revelation 17? Go ahead.
It says, we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
Yeah, man. So we're right to have this frustration with these people. And the thing is, we're not saying we're going to do anything. The Lord's going to come back and remove these people. And that's beauty in that, because no matter how they try to lie and conjure up stuff, that's what we've been saying this whole time. Now, there are people that wear fringes on their T-shirts, that really can't really. They're not gonna fit that mold. But at the end of the day, this devil, he gonna make up stuff about us. But the Lord is gonna take this man out for us. You know what I mean?
If I may actually want to add really quick, I actually found it. You guys remember the Jewish historian Maurice Samuel? It's a book that he wrote called You Gentiles. And this is the famous quote that he wrote.
Okay.
It says, "We Jews are the destroyers and will remain the destroyers. Nothing you can do will meet our demands and needs. We will forever destroy because we want a world of our own."
Yeah, but they're not gonna have one. They try. Elder Yahawah, we always says they're trying to manufacture their own pseudo blessing. It's in vain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they were created to be a destroyer, a deceiver, and all these different things. And they're gonna be, brought to the lowest extent a person can be brought to in the kingdom. That's why in Isaiah 14, it says, "Was this the man that did shape kingdoms?"
Mm-hmm.
You know. Everybody got the precepts.
Let's try to limit it so we can get.
Yeah, let's get through it because this ain't. Yeah.
Get your precept, but
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
All right. Well, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 9. It says, "For inquisition shall be made into the counsel of the ungodly, and the sound of his words shall come up unto Yahawah by Yahawashi for the manifestation of his wicked deeds." All right, going into exactly what each brother brought out, because Esau is going to be sensational and trying to get it all, but Yahawah by Yahawashi is going to start to cup out his hand.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Go ahead, brother.
Revelation chapter 17 and verse 2. "With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication."
Verse 20 again.
Yeah. Just to get back into wrap it on back.
Revelation chapter 17 at the top. "And there came one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, and I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore
America.
that sitteth upon many waters."
Oh yeah. Go to jump to verse 15. That's where we were. We didn't even get past verse 1. All right.
Revelation 17 and 15, real quick. "And he said unto me, The waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are the peoples and the multitudes and the nations and tongues."
Peoples, multiple nations, and tongues. All right. So, and that's throughout all the book of Revelation. That's how if you want to break down Revelation 13 and 1, you go to Revelation 17, 15. All right. Go ahead, verse 2.
Revelation 17 and 2. "With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication."
And we went into that wine already, man. The inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with this devil's ways, his philosophy, his ways that are perverse to the Most High's ways. Go ahead.
Just real quick, let's back up the precept there.
Mhm.
Jeremiah 51 and 7.
Oh yeah.
"Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad."
Yeah.
Yep, and when you get that word mad in the Hebrew, that word is halal, which also, when you mean mad, it also means to become foolish or also deranged.
Mm-hmm.
You see, like the scripture says, oppression maketh the wise man mad. It physically does make you mad, when you find out that you're in oppression, but also too, as a wise man, what can oppression do? It can cause your judgment to be distorted,
Impaired.
So whereas what? You can sell out, you become foolish. You see, and we are the wise people. So what oppression does, it can cause people to pretty much commit fornication spiritually and sell out too. It's like these nations sold out to the foreign defeat system. Pretty much, that was one.
That's why it's a miracle. The Lord is, he's kept us from all this. Isaiah 28 and I think 7.
28 is stagger with strong drink.
Yeah, 28:7. It's not 28:7.
I think it's 29.
Okay.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 9. It says, "Stay yourselves and wonder. Cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink."
Yeah, man. So it's just doubling down on what that wine is. It's philosophy. It's the ways of a man. All right. Yeah, Isaiah 28 and 7. It says, "But they also have erred through wine, through strong drink, and are out of the way. The priest and the prophet have erred through strong drink, They are swallowed up of wine. They are out of the way through strong drink. They err in vision. They stumble in judgment. So that was the backup. That's why I was thinking about it when he was breaking down. Yeah, it's all good. When he brought that up, this place could fucking defile you. You had a precept? Okay.
Well, I had that word mad. I just looked it up, curious. And it goes into, it says to boast, to be boastful, and just really pride. Say to want to be praised.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's everything, you know, we come to America, they push that pride onto you. To that American pride, you know, you stand up, pledge allegiance every damn day. You know,
proud to be an American.
Or at least,
right. So in Jeremiah 50 calls this man the most proud. Right. So being amongst them all day, you know, to be successful or to have any kind of anything in this place, you got to rub elbows with them some kind of way, whether it's at your job or, you know, just dealing with them. Mm-hmm. So if you let it, his waves, his vibration, that should have rubbed off on you, bro.
And it's funny you say that. Even being from Miami, you know, it's a kind of a hub for the world. So you know, a lot of people come from different countries.
The port city.
So when you live there for as long as I have, I met people working in hospitality. And they'll come like fresh in their country, very meek, very, you know, humble. Give them 3 weeks.
They get
3
defiled.
months. Totally, the attitude totally changed. They become proud.
They get proud.
They lose their traditions and everything. They totally get just, you know, encompassed with the beast. You know, you can see it just in their walk, their attitude. You know, the way they speak to people, they literally did an overnight change.
And that's what the scriptures is saying. Mm-hmm. And that's why it's a miracle. This devil was looking at us like, how the hell are these niggas? You know what I mean? What kept them intact? Yeah. It had to be divine intervention, man. The Lord has chosen. He's kept that, you know, that select group of men. Yeah. Okay. Revelation 17. Yeah.
Revelation chapter 17 in verse.
Was it 2 or 3?
Revelation 17 and 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast.
Mm-hmm. We know that's America sitting upon that beast, and we're gonna get into it as it goes down. Go ahead.
Scarlet, if I may just add a quick point, that scarlet is red, which crimson. You know, crimson represents sin. Like that color, like this, like in Isaiah, where it says, even though your hands, you're pretty much sin is as crimson.
Yeah.
That man of sin, the red horse.
Yeah. You know, you heard that saying when you was a kid. I caught you red-handed.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
The scarlet colored beast is Esau, and he's the man of sin.
Yeah. He's the red man. And Shalom, brother. All right, verse 3, one more game from the top.
Revelation chapter 17 and verse 3 again. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Mm-hmm. Verse 4.
And if I could just say, just to back up, also that blasphemy goes into his philosophies, homosexuality, democracy, you know, women's, all these different things that blaspheme the way in the name of Yahawashi. America promotes and pushes it all across the world.
And you look up that word blasphemer, if I'm not mistaken, it is to speak injuriously on one's good name.
Exactly. Yep.
I ain't gonna, you know, I guess I could look it up, but you could read. Go ahead.
Verse 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet.
It could be good just to break down the 7 heads.
Okay, I was gonna break it.
Purposes, just who they are.
Okay, we'll break it down. So those 7 heads, you're talking about what? Germanium major, Germanium minor, Romans, French, Spanish, Greeks, and the British. Okay, and we'll get into it more so when it goes on to verse 9 and 10 when we was talking about it earlier. All right, go ahead.
Revelation 17 and 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abomination and filthiness of her fornication.
Yeah, man, they have the fatness of the earth, right? And then you got to ask yourself, how did they get this fatness of the earth to this extent? We read it earlier, Sirach 10 and 8, through injuries, through deceit, and all these different things. And what's the
it's blessing?
That's his blessing. Now, what's the remedy
John, that's what.
Yeah.
And since you're in the spirit of identifying it, you know what I'm saying? When you get into the Maccabees in that first Maccabees, it talks about how wickedness multiplied once the earth was
Yeah,
given into the hand of the wicked.
Yeah, Zaquan, the brother read it. Yeah, it's the spirit. You read it? So look, what's the remedy for somebody who's got their riches that way? What does the scriptures actually say? Yeah, somebody get Numbers 35 and 33. Because hey, we have instructions on how to deal with everybody for every instance.
This is Numbers 35 and 33. It says, "So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood that defileth the land."
And it's not the entire earth soaked with the blood of Jacob. Even to this, it's still being soaked. It's perpetually being. Hey, we back that up. Ezekiel 35 and 5. Somebody get that while the brother's reading this.
It says, "In the land, for blood that defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed."
Doesn't that make sense? If a man goes around the earth just shedding blood for no reason, the only course of justice would be for that man's blood to be shed. That's just common sense. You steal at the man and you take him into captivity for just to do it. What would be the remedy for that? What would be the course of justice? You go into captivity. You know.
Whatsoever man sword, that shall be also.
If somebody want to get that Exodus 21 to 16, you know, if you steal at the man, but you had Ezekiel 35. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 35:5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahawah, I will prepare unto thee unto blood.
So they're going to be prepared unto blood because their hatred was perpetual. This is an ancient hatred. It goes really back past Jacob and Esau. It go all the way to Cain.
That's right.
When you Jacob is really Abel and Jacob, but this time he wasn't able to touch. He wasn't able to touch Abel this time.
I would say think about it like this. I would say as Cain and Abel, Cain tried to wipe out the bloodline
Of the righteous.
and that's what I'm saying. Which lets you know it was Abel's birthright to begin with, because that's the way it was said.
Oh yeah, you can look at it that. Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
Jacob and Esau, Jacob supplanted him, so he couldn't kill him. You know what I'm saying? He supplanted for the birthright this time instead of being wiped out. This time Jacob was able to come back with his sons. You see, Abel didn't get a chance to have no sons. Jacob did. You see? Since we identified him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's go back. You know what I'm saying? The nigga track record is awful.
That's fire. He got bad credit with the money. His spiritual credit score is horrible. You know what I mean? I know we walking everywhere, they be like, "Oh, credit score." Fuck you, nigga. Your credit score is horrible.
Yeah. Either way, he wasn't supposed to get it.
All right.
So he messed it up on his own by murdering his brother and lying about it. And then he came back and he gave it away because he was hungry. Just impulse. So either way, he wasn't right in either lifetime.
Hey, his spirit is not upright in him.
Exactly.
This nigga had the audacity to lie to the Most High like it wasn't a rhetorical question. You had a
It say his blood cried out as a spirit.
yeah.
But it say, I think Revelation, the Lord gonna wipe away our tears.
Yeah.
How you gonna do that? You gonna call Big Bro?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You get beat up and call Big Bro. Yeah, he handled the situation.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be a otherworldly ass whooping he's about to get.
Right.
Yeah, you read it already, Ezekiel 35, right?
It was in verse 6.
Okay.
Keep going.
Oh, you good? You good?
You want that in Exodus 21?
Yeah.
Exodus 21 and 16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
You gotta be put to death, no matter how you spin it. I can flip the table over and looking at it this way. It's fucked up, regardless. You gotta be put to death. And ain't no loophole. There's he's not gonna escape the Lord's hand, man. There's no way he could justify the shit that he's doing.
I mean, of course, I know.
Yeah.
Man, we have to go to this hotel.
When you line up, okay, what is the Lord's justice? How does he deal with people when they do particular things? There's nothing that justifies this man in any way. There's nothing he could say. There's nothing.
He was in the spirit to do it.
Yeah.
The Lord put the spirit upon him to get in the boat,
Yeah.
ships, and literally sell his ass where he was at. Put us on boats and ship us back to where he was in America, South America, and literally just put us in our horse slave. He was in the spirit to do that. Hey, you got to pay.
So our people, they're trying to find this loophole to have some kind of justice or to make things like, we want reparations or, invest in our businesses or give us this. No. It's already been written how the true justice is going to be served, and we only get that upon the return of our Lord, which is why the elect are going to be hastening his coming. All right?
That's right.
Revelation chapter 17 and verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots.
And you went into go ahead, because you went into it earlier. So this is the epicenter in which this wickedness is pushed once again. We had to point out, well, who's the one perpetuating this bullshit that's going on? Who's the one pushing this agenda where a little baby, could go be like, Timmy could be like, I want to be Tanya. Where is that coming from? Who's pushing that agenda on the whole world, might I add? Okay. Which is ran by Esau. And we know Esau ain't done away with. I don't care what the professors say. No. That don't line up with the scriptures. If you can use milk scriptures, you can just use 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, where Esau is the end of the world. So we know upon the Lord's return, who's going to be ruling before he returns? Esau.
I got a precept for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Mystery, mother of all harlots. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 7. For the mystery of iniquity is already written. Only he will not let until he will be taken out the way. So, yes. And we know this is talking about the wicked.
Right.
But it says the mystery of iniquity. The mystery of it doesn't already work. It's already in power. Who's in power at this time when Paul wrote this? The Roman Empire, which is operated and ran by Esau.
That's right.
So mystery, the mother of all harlots, is who? Babylon the Great, which is ran by Esau. You know what I'm saying? It's the mystery.
That's right.
Yeah, the scripture don't just come out and say America.
Yeah.
That's why I make.
If it said America, they wouldn't let us have a book.
Exactly.
But Jake will use that kind of argument because, again, they have that affinity for their oppressor and they want to stay here. They're cool with being here. So they'll use an argument like, hey, don't say America. So they haven't been given that ass out. So, fuck them. Don't get it. We're moving on, right? Go ahead.
Revelation 17 and 5 again. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots, and abominations of the earth. Verse 6. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints.
And scripture, somebody can get that. They war of the saints. Somebody want to get that? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Daniel 7.
So these people again, like we read what the remedy is for these people, just can flat out just doing us wrong, generation after generation, man. Their blood has to be shed because they defiled the earth with our blood. That's justice, and we get that upon the return of our Lord, man. Which is why reading this is good news for us. This is like uplifting, like, okay, shit, things are gonna be set right. We don't gotta continue being on in this place like this. All right, somebody got that in Daniel?
Daniel 7 and 25, and he shall speak great words against the Most High. He shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
And we talked earlier about, the blasphemies that he pushes, the things, the perverse words, the decrees, and all these things, the democracy. We talked about all that. He's boasting up himself against the Most High. Go ahead.
It says, and think to change times and laws.
And he's done that. You know what I mean? The new year starts in the dead of winter. That don't make sense. The way they even do the months, it's just completely jacked up.
Look at all the loopholes he allowing in his legal system.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can lit up that whole reasonable down thing. That's all confusion, man. That's not proper judgment.
Unjust.
You know what I'm saying? Look, playing games in the courtroom. You watch lawyer shows, you watch these lawyer shows, and one thing I noticed when I watch these lawyer shows is how they don't give a damn about the people that's actually in court. You know what I'm saying? The judge is up there doing his thing, then you got each lawyer, and they arguing back and forth, and the way that they interact outside the courtroom. You know what I'm saying? They having drinks together and shit, and looking at each other and doing all of your life at stake. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a damn about what you got going. It's a competition thing. It's all a big joke. That's what I'm saying. And that's headed up because the person didn't give it into the hands of the wicked. The Lord is going to say, I want to say it's in Jeremiah somewhere where it said, the Lord was going to say, because it wasn't no judgment in the earth. You know what I'm saying?
That's Isaiah 59.
You just look at how the planet is run under this nigga, man.
Yeah, man. That's why the people are mourning. Proverbs 29:2. Yeah. You want to read the elder first? You want to read the elder precept first?
Isaiah 59:15. Yea, truth faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. And Yahawah saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment.
That's what I'm saying. So if the Lord is displeased and there's no judgment, he's going to act on that judgment. He's going to act on that feeling. You know?
That's right.
So, yeah, man. Yeah, I'm saying when you try to be upright in this society, people look at you like you crazy, like you the problem.
Yeah. You can get canceled for standing up rightly in this society.
Right.
Right. Think about that. But you saying what's right or doing what's right, these people, they'll band together on Twitter, call your boss and leave emails, and you can lose your livelihood and be on the street. Do you understand? But just for saying, hey, this is wrong. Timmy is Timmy. He's not Tanya. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You can lose your job for saying that.
Excuse me, it's her, not him. It's her.
I was gonna say that's a beautiful precept to this Daniel 7 and 25, because that's how we're worn out.
Yeah.
Seeing this bullshit, you know. You really are the only people that's standing up against this wickedness, man. I'm talking about on all avenues. You know, we got some groups that target like, oh, pedophilia is bad. Yeah. You know, this is bad, that bad. We target everything and everybody.
Yeah, we really feel it. We have insight into how Lot felt when he was inside. Do y'all realize?
I got that word wrote from
Oh yeah.
And said about wearing out the saints. It's Strong's H1080. Barak, I think I'm saying it right. It says to harass constantly.
You brought it out yesterday. I remember.
Yeah, bro.
Spirit,
You could go crazy. Think about when, you know, in the jail, when they put somebody, they say it takes about 14 days. They say 2 weeks. If you put somebody in a hole, they're a perfectly normal person to go insane. Just sitting in that dark hole for that. And that's what we're liking them to be. Hey, America is a maximum security prison for us.
That's why that word system literally breaks down into the word pit. You go into breaking down that word system. Yeah. It literally means a pit. And this is a pit that we're in, like literally dark. And the scripture says the land without, it's the land of darkness with no light in it.
Yeah.
I got a precept. Okay. This is Psalm chapter 94, verse 15. It says, but judgment shall return unto the righteous, and all the upright in heart shall follow it. And this is what we're looking forward to, right? That's the point in verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? Yeah. You know, and that's why you also, if I may, brother, when you read it in Jeremiah, I believe it's in Jeremiah the 5th chapter. All right, it goes into going into the gates and see if there's anyone that speaks against wickedness that's taking place. And that's very loosely paraphrasing, but there's only a small remnant that's really vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. So this is a question that was asked: who will rise up against the evildoers in a society where they uplift all the? We can go down the plethora of things that they're doing wrong, and it's only a small remnant that's really speaking on this, and that counts. That matters, man. Yeah. You know,
and that are genuinely grieved about it.
That's right.
That's why we always go to Ezekiel 9:4, because we know there's a certain character trait that all the elect are going to have in common. They're going to be sighing and crying for the abominations being done in the midst of nobody can call you. Can't even begin to say you're a man of the Lord if you're not speaking against the kingdom that we're dwelling in.
Straight up. Right. Yeah.
You know,
when the flood came, bro, the Most High was vexed.
He was so vexed, he wanted to do away with everything. That feeling that we have within ourselves is not our own feeling, bro.
Yeah.
That's the Most High vexed, just like he was in the days of Noah.
We're feeling the first. You know how you brothers that do have children, if you're upset or frustrated about something, and your children, they'll catch on to it, and they'll start to reflect that same. You know what I mean? So our Father, he's angry with the wicked every day.
That's right.
In turn, we're angry, we're frustrated, we're broken hearted in a sorrowful spirit, man.
This is Isaiah 59:8. The way of peace they know not, and there is no judgment in their goings. They have made them crooked paths. Whosoever goeth therein shall not know peace. Therefore is judgment far from us, neither does justice overtake us. We wait for light, but behold obscurity. For brightness we walk in darkness. My last one here, just to end that off. We grope for the wall like the blind, and we grope as if we had no eyes. We stumble at noonday as the night, and we are in desolate places as dead men.
As dead men. And the scripture says that Ezekiel seen a valley of dead bones.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you groping, that means that you reaching, you trying to reach for something, and you blind and you groping. And noonday is high noon. It's the bright time of the day.
Yeah.
And it says as darkness.
Hey, can I get
Just
that?
one more you said.
Can I get that precept? Can I get that definition for obscurity? As I just simply Googled it. It means the state of being unknown, inconspicuous, or unimportant. The quality of being difficult to understand.
Wow.
Unimportant. Wow. And it's funny how we always like the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, but chiefly that Negro is such a case study when it comes to poverty and in our plight. It's a very people are very curious about our situation, the whole thug culture, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Like the world is very intrigued by that, but they see it as insignificant. They see it as low level.
Yeah.
You know, you can even feel that sentiment when you go to like an Indian restaurant or something like that.
A Chinese spot.
Or a Chinese spot.
Hurry up and buy.
Yeah, but it's just like they love us, but it's like a disdain for us. You know what I mean?
It's like, oh, I like, you know how you have a friend at school, but you wouldn't bring him to your house. That's what it is, you know. But that way is on us. That black culture is on us because it's also it need to be on us because it's a sign and a wonder.
Right.
It's another way that we can identify who's who. You know.
Yep.
All right, go ahead, brother.
Revelation chapter 17 and verse 6. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahawashi. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration.
Yeah. And a lot of people, they wonder at this whore. What the elder yesterday, he said at camp, he said there's people in other parts of the world, they actually think America has gold streets. They think every city in America is like Hollywood. Because they push that wine so strong that people really think this place is just the land of milk and honey, the land of the free. They think this place is the shit. But then they get here and they realize this place is the
Literally is the shit.
That's it is the shit. Yeah, man. People that skirt being lifted up, and they like, this bitch ain't shaved her legs. You know, she got all kind of scars. You got man knees. You know what I mean? They lifting up. They like, yo, they realizing this. They seeing this place for what it truly is, man. Go ahead.
Revelation 17 and 7. And the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman.
We got this bitch figured out. I'm gonna tell you what this really is. Go ahead.
And of the beast that carrieth her, which hath the 7 heads and 10 horns.
Yeah, we went into that early. We named them. All right. If anybody want to chime in to go in more detail on it.
No.
Okay.
Which is just pretty much the day NATO in the EU.
Yeah, NATO in the EU.
All those pretty much the NATO nations, when you look at it, it literally goes back to the same description of the Roman Empire all over again in Europe.
Yeah, and now up to 30 countries it says now.
Yeah.
It's up to 30 now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, go ahead, brother.
Verse 8. The beast that thou sawest was and is not and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit.
It's going to ascend out of what? Europe. You know?
That's right.
So, and we know that's just a big old, like, whoa, who else could this be?
Yeah.
Who ascended out of, come on now. So if we're identifying the characters in this movie, the list is getting real small.
Yeah.
So, process of elimination. That's why I say, like, if you identify the man of the Lord, in certain boxes, you can go down the line and check. Oh, he speaks against this place. Okay. He's detached from the world. Okay. He's going to talk about Yahawashi. All right. It's certain, you can just go down the list. He's like, okay, he has to check all these boxes to be this man. We talk about the wicked. There's certain boxes they don't check. That's right. They're going to come out of the bottomless pit. Okay, they're going to push a certain vibration in the earth. You can check the boxes. It's not hard to see who's who.
Right.
But this devil, he uses all his little antics and this and that, and he's everybody all of a sudden. So now people could get confused if the Lord ain't dealing with them.
Hey, that's why, really quick, that's why the scriptures say, measured out of time,
Diligence within itself.
When you measure it, and you also read it, where is that, in Revelation 13, where it's mentioned to count the number, even though that's going into the Quran, which is a point, measuring and counting, that means the same exact thing. You're calculating everything and extrapolating through the spirit, and you're checking the boxes, and you're able to do that by prophecy. That's why the scriptures say the testimony of Yahawashi is what? The spirit of prophecy. That way you can extrapolate and go in and see what's taking place and line it up with the scriptures of what it's saying. And like you said, only a few remnant of people can really do that.
Fit that mold.
That's right.
It's like, okay, I hear the bullshit you're saying, but that don't add up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Hey, that's just like Revelation 13 at the end of the chapter. It say, let him with wisdom.
That's right.
That's another identifier.
Yeah.
Who has the wisdom to count up this number?
That's
and
right.
identify this man?
Because can't nobody go through the volume of the book and break down, okay, this person's this gonna be that. Nobody has an explanation for it all. It's always well, it could be. No, nigga, we say it's this.
Yeah, no, exactly.
You know what I mean? Who else speak like that? Who speak with that authority and boldness in earth? All right, and people look at us crazy for it. The same way they looked at our big brother crazy.
That's it, right? That's it, brother.
Yeah.
So that's why I say 2 Peter 1, we have a more sure
Word of prophecy.
That's sure means certain.
Bro.
We know it for a fact. You know what I mean?
We in a whole different room from anybody else that pick up a Bible. We in a whole. We not.
A more sure word of prophecy.
Yeah.
That's a heavy phrase.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You guess it.
Bitch, you guessed it.
They're trying to figure out who gonna win the lottery. No. Lord told us who won the lottery.
Yeah,
that's right.
We know for sure.
It ain't got to be no competition. No. Lord said, I will give you pastors after my heart.
That's right.
We go all day with this.
It's over with. This ain't a conversation. That's why it's the righteous man gonna stand in great boldness. We know these people don't know what the hell they talking about. They could come up and put together a whole seminar and bring all these precepts. We just sit there and look at this fool. Bring the whiteboards out. We're like, okay, you go ahead. We're gonna let you say all that bullshit, and we're gonna let you hang yourself because we know for sure what this is talking about.
See, and if I may add, but this just goes to show you how cold Yahawashi is. You know, we've been rubbing elbows with the devil since we've been here on the planet. We just didn't know. So it goes back to that remnant, as his ways are plain unto the holy, so they stumble about it or the wicked. Those who have the eyes to have to see, we can see just through process elimination, like you said.
This is easy.
But the average person, y'all. I mean, that just goes to show you how cold he is. They could think of, a devil, red hands, horns, looking. When you look at Edomite, the smile, blue eyes, blonde hair. They have a very deceptive way about them. But that's why you have to look at him through the spirit and have that eyes to have to see.
It even tells you about, his character, personality trait. His words are smoother than butter, but it's, he's drawn on swords. It tells you about his personality. Every brother in this room, when you first heard the truth and you heard the word come out about who the actual devil was, it was like easy. It was like 2 + 2. Oh, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. It wasn't hard to figure. It was like, oh, they didn't even have to say white man. You was like, I know who that's talking about
Yeah,
for
right,
sure.
right.
You know, yeah, it definitely ain't. me. I know the answer. Right.
God, bro.
Right. So those who be giving the outside, man, when anybody come up saying, "Oh, you're so there," we be like, "What the fuck are you talking about, bro?"
Hey, it's like,
Go ahead.
well, that's why it says in what Job 9:24,
Yeah.
the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the face of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
Who else could it be?
Yeah, it's an obvious question to the godly. It's obvious.
Made a claim to the God.
So even commanded to shake the hand. You know what I'm saying? So just exalt your voice and shake the hand. When you exalt your voice and shaking your hand, you pointing at who you talking. You identify the hell out of that man.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what we do. You going in the slave. You know, we tell them.
That's right.
Revelation 17:8 again. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit.
Yeah, it wasn't fully at the time. It wasn't fully established. All right. So it was and is not. Right. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, you know, just to land back off that, you know, what it means, what it says like it was and it's not, pretty much meaning like, look, the beast is in power right now, but what it means is not. It means that it's, at the end of the day, it's going to be destroyed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is America, right?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was in power, but realistically in the spirit, it's already America already out of there.
Yeah.
So it really is not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's the land back.
So that's what that. We did.
Verse 8.
Revelation 17:8 again. The beast that thou sawest was and is not,
It's America.
and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit.
America did come out of the bottom. It came out of Britain. You know?
Bottom pitch.
Yeah. So it did, you know, America really did come out of here.
Right. Because you remember when you read it in Daniel 7, it goes into those two horns and then the little horn that came out of those. You know what I'm saying? And when it came out of those three horns that's written, and those three horns were based in Europe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So America is nothing but a brief extension of those three horns that you can read about in Daniel the 7th chapter.
That's right.
And this is another indicator of who Satan is, because America came out of a word called colonialism, which meaning they came and went to various places that were undiscovered by Europeans, Esau, and took them over basically, and exploited their land, exploited the people. Right.
Colonizer.
Yep. So what we just talked about, Exodus, the 21st chapter. You know what I'm saying? All the things that you know makes him worthy of judgment is seen with the transatlantic slavery, and before that colonization here in the Americas, right, South Central, and North. Shit, what he did in Africa, those regions, right, which a lot of Israelites are still there. Shit, the whole world. So yeah, man, this is hype right here.
Yeah. And if I may, Yahawan, just to back that point really quick, brother, it's a real quick precept. This is Daniel 7:8. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn. Now these horns that it's going into came from Europe. You have France, you have Spain, and you have Britain, all right, which came from Europe, all right? When you continue, it says,
those three, if I can say, those three countries, along with Belgium, along with Germany, things of that nature, they were forerunners of, really those three were the forerunners of colonization. That's why we got the term Six Flags over Texas, Six Flags over California. Well, who was ruling those various countries? Well, who was ruling that land? It was various European countries.
That's what we got: New England, New Hampshire, New Jersey,
New York.
There's North England, there's Hampshire, there's England, of course, New England, Hampshire, Jersey. That all those they said they call it new because it came
exactly, it came before. It came before. Yep. It says, I considered the horns, and behold, there came among them another little horn. Now, who was that little horn talking about? Who's that little horn talking about? Bro? That's America. That's right. That's right. Before whom there were three of the first horns plucked up by the roots, and behold, In this one were eyes like a man and a mouth speaking great things, going into that pride. But just wanted to go into that point. The brother just read in Revelation 17 chapter, the beast that was and is not. All right. It was just a reflection of the Roman Empire. And you had those empires that came out of it, you know, but now it's to the point where it's being brought down because prophecy makes it. The water, brother.
Can I get the precept on the pit real quick?
Okay,
Just a bit land back. I'm just jump straight to the point. 2 Corinthians 5:24 is to prove that pits can also mean land. It says, and of all the lands of the whole world, God has chosen thee one pit, and of all the flowers there are one lily. We know that land of that pit is talking about the land of Israel. So proving that bottomless pit, that land is talking about Europe.
Exactly. Exactly.
That was
man. Well, verse 8, still verse 8,
17 and 8 again in Revelations. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. I got that word perdition right here. The Greek word for perdition is hapago, and the first definition is to lead under or to bring under. The second definition is to withdraw oneself, to go away or to depart. You know how the Lord said, "Hey, I seen Satan fall as lightning, man." So that's that. Like the book is going into. That's Babylon the Great coming down.
That great decline. If somebody want to go to Isaiah 47, sit down in the dust. There is no throne, man.
Can I get a report for you?
Of course.
2 Corinthians 2, and let's see, I want to get straight to it though. The son, it says the son of perdition.
I'll say that's long.
I got that single that's long over the exact window. I know what you're talking about. Exact verse. Let's see. Son of perdition.
Verse 7.
I'm gonna start at verse 8. Second Thessalonians 2 and 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. And that's basically going into now he's going to be destroyed. What I'm looking for when it says the son of perdition.
I think that might be a few verses.
Read it, bro.
This 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come and falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition."
That's right. So the son of perdition being revealed. We know that this is another indicator of who Esau even is, man. Right? Came from the bottomless pit. Right? Came from basically he the son of wrath. You know, he's blessed with the sword. This is just that man, right? The son of perdition.
Hey, the Lord gave us the skinny. He said, "I'm gonna let you know who this motherfucker is, man. I gave you all these clues."
That's right.
You know, this is he. Yeah, this is he. All right, go ahead.
Verse 8 again. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world. And when they behold the beast that was and is not, and yet is. Verse 9.
Pretty much that Roman Empire revived all over again through America.
The
beast that was and is not. You know, it got wounded, but his deadly wound was healed.
Renaissance period, man. They came back into the power, and they started pushing it, and immediately they started lying, just chopping shit up and praying over shit. Just like that, and you know that's the spirit, because like that's their spirit. They were created to be that way, because like immediately as they had the opportunity, it's like they was like, they was racing. It was like they like lightning speed to deceive.
That's that little season.
Yeah.
That little time.
They know they said, "We gotta help do this shit." Because hey, there's no way that fast. They just lied and deceived the whole world that fast.
Man, I was pushing them up.
Like they hop on the game with the game breaker. Y'all better play. You know, it's in street. You know, they got, immediately.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah. Go ahead, brother.
Revelation 17 and 9. And here is the mind which hath wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth.
Yeah, and we name them time and time again. All right. So this is America sits upon the NATO and the EU, and they that's how they maneuver. And it's like they can force anybody to do whatever they want to do because they have this strength and this great backing behind it. What's beautiful is though that same beast that is sitting on is gonna turn against them. That's go ahead.
I was going to say these countries that are part of the EU, they get benefits.
Yeah.
Right, by supporting America.
Yeah.
That's right.
They waxing rich by messing with this damn skeezer.
That's why I went into that fornication.
Yeah.
In the beginning verses.
Yeah. But you seeing it right now that these nations, they're starting to be like, man, look, man, I'm tired of fucking with this bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up. Yeah. Asking them why they ain't giving more money. They're like, look, motherfuckers. Right. Yeah. You know? Go ahead, brother.
Revelation 17:10. And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet.
Now, this is, correct me if I'm wrong, this is talking about Britain. And America's coming out of Britain as you go on.
Right. The 5 that were fallen, you had Jamaican major,
minor.
The French, Spanish,
the Greeks.
The Greeks. The Roman Empire was already in power at that time. Britain has not yet come. That's right.
And then America came out of it.
That's right.
Your mother that birthed you.
Yeah, should be ashamed. Somebody get that? Yes. Did we read that already?
Jeremiah 15,
okay.
17.
Yeah. They gonna do something. They're gonna do something to where all these people that were in league with them are gonna be like, we can't fuck with this bitch anymore. And they gonna turn against them. They're gonna do something like so ignorant, like so shameful. They're gonna be like, everybody's gonna be like, bro, we can't mess with America no more. Right. And we justified in burning this bitch. Yeah. Go ahead.
Jeremiah 15:12 says, your mother shall be sore confounded.
Like, what are you doing?
Jeremiah 51. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed.
Yeah, Britain's gonna be ashamed.
Hey, when you even look at these, like Britons, they look down on America. Mm-hmm. They really look down on like the average,
like savage,
modern day Edomite over here in America. They look at them like,
like you.
They're ashamed of their baby girl.
Yeah, it's just like, You know how some certain family members you wouldn't want to bring in certain settings because you like, nah, they don't know how to act. Yeah. And right, everybody got their like, I can't bring this nigga nowhere. Yeah. You know?
And that's ancient customs as well. If you got a daughter that's a whore, that brings shame upon the whole household.
Right.
So spiritually, what that's saying is pretty much what America's been to Britain, this mother. Yeah. It's brought shame upon the whole household of Edom.
Yeah. Despicable.
Yeah. and Edom's a nasty nigga.
Yeah, right.
So America, what are you pushing, bro?
You gotta be some freaky nigga to just say, hey, you know what? If you want to be a little girl, be a little girl. Time out.
Or to pass legislation to where a grown man could marry a
who?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can put eyes on it, draw a little eyes.
You can marry a goddamn horse.
Yeah.
It's right now. Married to a horse.
There's certain states, I believe, where they let bestiality slide.
Yeah, it is.
Freaky ass big. Come on, man. This man gotta go.
There's a woman that married a station.
Yo, that's crazy.
Man.
Yo, that's married to an imaginary wife,
bro. This place is confusion, man.
You got motherfuckers marrying themselves.
Yo,
Maya married her. Fuck, she fine her mother.
Maya married herself?
She
that's reserved for another brother. That's spiritual.
That's it. Somebody claimed her, and I bet they seen that article the next day. Yeah, man. Yeah. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
So what if she had sex with a man, she could adultery on herself?
Right, you gotta put her to death. Go ahead.
Revelation 17:10.
I was like, go ahead.
And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space.
Yeah, man. laying back to like, it's so. Don't you think it's strange how fast they just started deceiving? Going back to that point, man, it's just like, think about all they accomplished in that short amount of time. The Lord had to be with them. There ain't no way. Like when I think about it, like nobody accelerated that fast in history before that. You know,
That's right. The Industrial Revolution.
yeah, they just
Yeah, that really counts for
yo, bro. It's like ain't no way unless the Lord okayed it for it to be like that.
That's it.
He pretty much was fulfilling his blessing, like the blessing that was given back to him back in Genesis. You know, like
that temporary
fatness of the earth.
Yeah,
The fatness of the earth wasn't just it's talking about the whole earth. So that was the beginning, pretty much the beginning period, if you will, of his blessing literally being put into fruition, and it happened quickly.
he started the game on 99.
Yeah,
You know,
it's a little season. It's
Yeah.
a little short space of time.
It's like you said, when you go into the book of Job 30, you know what? Among the nettles they brave.
Yeah.
It's a cave beast. You know, from there, as soon as they came out gunning. They were saying bolt on some.
Yeah, it's like
it was like that.
it's
So
like
it had to
nobody
be the
finds
Spirit
that
of the Lord.
strange because it's written in the scripture that there will be a man like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Those hundreds of years of free labor off our backs.
Uh-huh.
They united his kingdom.
Right.
Revelations 17 and 11. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth.
America.
That's right.
And is of the seventh and goes into perdition.
And the brother got that word already. Right.
Quick research.
Okay.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 3. And I saw one of his heads as it was wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast. What's that catapult?
Yeah.
That deadly wound being healed is the revival of the Roman Empire.
That's right.
You know, when you look up that word NATO, actually, when you look that word up, it actually means a revival, a refreshing.
Wow, that's right. Really, that really had one after World War II. Yeah, and you gotta think what happened after World War II. You had the Britain contract, which really had it to where the American dollar became the reserve currency, and that really made America like a superpower.
Everybody had to rock with it.
Yep, because you not only you had the reserve currency makes it strong, but you dictate contracts.
Every deal you went on it.
Yeah,
You went into that yesterday.
It's called move.
Yeah. That's a diabolical move. He said, you know what? Anybody that's getting money, they can't get money unless they get money with me.
He got the sword.
Right.
He got the weaponry. He told him, look, you're going to bow down to these contracts, and if not, I'm going to blow your ass up, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I'm gonna milk you like you.
Small nations is like, well, shit. I mean, like,
We can't survive if you don't fuck with him.
that's that wine. That's all nations have drunk enough of the wine of the philosophy.
There you go. Go ahead, brother.
Revelation 17 and verse 12. And the 10 horns which thou sawest, 10 kings which have received no kingdom as yet,
Yeah.
but received power as kings 1 hour with the beast.
So these nations. Oh,
just for edification. I just wanted to bring out what I quoted, man.
okay, no problem.
Because I don't want to be out here dry talking. The Burton Woods Agreement and system created a collective international current exchange regime that lasted from the mid 1940s to the early 1970s. The Bretton Woods system required a currency pegged to the U.S. dollar, which was in turn pegged to the price of gold.
That's a cold move.
That's why the dollar used to be called like a silver note, a silver certificate. So each dollar that you had, you would get a particular percentage of gold or silver back with that amount. That's literally the exchange.
Yeah.
That's what it was matched as. Yeah. Now that's why on the dollar it says what? It says a Federal Reserve note. Then it's also a little writing. Say it again. Legal tender. It's a small right. It's an IOU.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
That's why they're able to print so much.
It's not tied to anything. They don't have to print the equal equivalent to amount of silver or gold. They just say, let's go print some more shit.
You're gonna
Stimulus
print $5
checks.
billion.
Right.
Well, yeah. I mean, after 1971, really, President Nixon took the gold stand off of it, and really pegged it to oil, That's why the term petrodollar sprang up. And that's why America has to control the oil.
Yeah, that's right. So like Michael, just to add to that, because I believe it was you that just brought up, one of y'all brought up the fatness of the earth.
I was saying, that's how you know. I was thinking.
God, when you go into that word fatness in Genesis and the definition is oil. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, when you can look that up, the fatness of the earth, it says it's oil. It's oil is fattening. You burn with it.
Yeah.
It's meant to put on fire and enhance the fire. It's fat. You know, people on keto diet, they take oil.
Another box.
You know, but that fatness means oil. When you actually go into the definition, it says oil, and you see America's main thing. Really, Esau, his main thing is the oil. Pipelines, making these pipelines for these different nations over there within the Eastern Hemisphere. It's all about the oil, man, because that's what the Lord said he was going to be given. The fatness of the earth.
The boxes.
Man, I seen a meme where it showed Jake's head. It was like a little meme where it showed like a Jake's head, like our hair. And then it had like it had the military, it had the American military on top with the guns and shit. You know, oil.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh wow.
it was just like it was a meme. It was like a joke.
Yeah.
Just like how much oil these niggas like.
Dang, everything's just connected.
You know, somebody that don't got the eyesight will look like the person. You know how they had the board in their room and they got the strings of yarn going to the like we connected some bullshit. No, nigga, this man, he has the fatness of the earth. You put it to the word oil.
That's beautiful.
Who is it? Who is this guy? Come on, man.
Fuck those make a point. You know, these people don't really understand how much of a catastrophe it would be for the American life if these other nations decide to
Stop using
the petrodollar.
every life as you, bro. Overnight, this if once nations are like, no, we're just not fucking with it. Once this dollar plummets, bro, what are people gonna do? How are they gonna get goods? How are they gonna survive from that? The crime rate is gonna skyrocket, bro. This place is gonna flip on its head in an instant. It's gonna be so quick. We're gonna be like, we saying it, but when we see it, we're gonna be like, oh shit.
They were really close to
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, brother.
No, I was just because you mentioned you said very close. Like and when you said that, it sparked in my head. It said 1 hour with the beast. That 1 hour is like 42 years. You know,
Yeah,
like 41,
not long.
46, 47, 42 rounded up. When you think about it, you know, with the Treaty of Rome, which is the creation of the EEC, the European Economic Commission, or the EU.
Yeah.
Back in 57.
Yeah.
42 years from that is like 2007, 2009. Bro, that's when
Everything collapsed.
Bro, it collapsed. And
Yeah.
but most importantly,
house.
the apostles
Yeah.
started going
They
out.
started
They started
going-
going out
yeah.
there.
On the tube.
That's right. That's right.
No, wait.
Bro. This is plain. This is plain. We know who the wicked are. We know who's gonna win. We know who's gonna lose. Ain't that beautiful? Like when the scriptures say wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of time, that's a big deal, bro.
That's right.
If you're on a battlefield, or if you know whatever, if you play sports, when you know the game plan, and you don't read the scouting report, and you know what the tendencies are, and you know how things, bro, it's a comfort. Even if you up against a better opponent, if you got that game plan, bro, you're good. You know what to do. It's not a situation that's gonna pop up to where it catches you off guard. You already ran through it in your head 1,000 times. You know what's up. Stability. These people, this is gonna be some shit they never even thought about. They're gonna go through like a mental breakdown, bro. That's why the scriptures say the strong man shall cry very bitterly.
Yep.
I got a quick one.
Okay, yeah.
We got the game plan.
Yeah.
The cheat code. It's Isaiah 42:9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. We got the secret already.
The
Before they
seers
spring
know.
forth.
The seers know.
Yep. Verse 10. Sing unto the Lord a new song. That's the things that are being declared before we're saying it through the spirits. We got it. Sing unto the Lord a new song, and his praise from the end of the earth. Ye that do go down to the sea, and all that is therein, the isles and inhabitants thereof. But the point is in verse 9.
Yeah.
Quick precept.
Yeah, man. We got the playbook, so we're gonna be stable. We know we know things about to get bad. We got to go through it, but we're not gonna be ass out like these other people.
That's right.
That's more than hitting the lotto, man. That's more than anything you can receive in this world, because we know this place is temporary. what we've been given, man, is priceless, truly. And anybody who just waved that off like it's something, like it, they never understood what this thing was about in the first place.
We out here doing spiritual, spiritual Omahas, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My pay man to be studying, like,
Yeah.
read defenses up before they
Right. We
We
audible.
start coming out, we look here, Omaha. They like, oh, shit.
Omaha, we seeing the back line. We like, okay, we redirect the traffic, baby. When you you look at those investments, you can see have a real talented young quarterback, but when they get in those big moments and certain things they just haven't seen before, that they just don't know because they just don't have no reference of it. But when you watch Tom and those guys that's been in those situations time and time again, bro, they just chilling. It looked easy. You watch the greats and you be like, damn, you're like he's not even trying. Mm-hmm. He's trying. It's just that he's reactive. He just knows. He's seen it all before. He's acclimated to it, and knowing the spirit of Yahawashi, Yahawashi, understanding what he's told us, we become acclimated to the things that are about to play out, man. Yeah. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 13. Revelation 17 and 13. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast.
Mm-hmm, which they have.
NATO and the EU, those different agreements that they got set up to pretty much be in league. If NATO goes, if a NATO country goes, everybody going.
Everybody got to do it.
And America's the one really that scripture says that it got to look more stout than its fellows.
Yeah.
They're the ones that spearhead. Like, look, this is what it is.
Yeah, they with it. They with shits. Mm-hmm. All right. But hey, again, these countries they finna be like, man, we're tired of fucking. Yeah. Elder Malcolm did a video the other day. He had a reporter from India.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I guess a politician from America was asking the newscaster from India. It was like, why hasn't India sent any money to the effort in Ukraine? He was like, you're the one that had the biolabs in Ukraine. This is your war. India is going to take care of India. That's what he said. That's what he said that bluntly. And that's the feeling that these nations have. They're like, bro, how the fuck with this? He always doing something.
India has time with Russia.
Yeah.
That's why he was talking.
Yeah. He was talking big shit. Like
big like this. He fuck with Russia. So like, yeah. Fuck with me if you want to.
Right. Right. Damn. Hey, I got excited watching that clip. I was like, yeah, tell that motherfucker, man. Well, go ahead.
Revelation 17 and 14. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is the Lord of lords and King of kings.
Yeah, in Second Ezra, it talks about the effortlessness. And he neither lifted up a hand. So you got it?
I got that right here. Second Ezra 13. We start at 4. And whatsoever his voice went out of his mouth, all that burned that heard his voice.
That concentrated fire, man. It's gonna be effortlessness, man. You ever the memes are like you seen a little kid trying to fight an adult and they just put their hand on his forehead and he's swinging. That's what it's gonna be like. Man, come on. Go ahead.
And wheresoever his voice went out of his mouth, all they that burned that heard his voice, like as the earth failed when it felt the fire.
And that lines up with Revelation 19 where it says that Yahawashi had a sharp sword that came out of that mouth.
That's right. Yeah, man. It's gonna be just dust and smell of smoke. That all these armies, all these people, they're gonna be fighting each other. But when they realize, oh shit, what's that? They're gonna be so afraid, but the Lord gonna put the spirit on them to do what? Yes, there's fight.
Just like he did with Pharaoh.
Yeah, to magnify his power. He built up Pharaoh out to seem unbeatable. Like who could stand against Egypt? Just to tear him down like that.
That's what the scriptures like. He's always saying, and then shall they know that I am the Lord.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's all about the magnification of Yahawashi Yahawashi.
So I like it when these other nations, they got that proud look. They feel like they shit don't stink. I be like, do that shit, bro. Do your thing, player.
It's your side.
Yeah, it's gonna be a beautiful feeling, man. And to see our enemies, you know, humble down. The way they about to humble down. What's the movie Conan? Where he said, "What's the He would always ask Conan that question. He was,
no one that came.
no, the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, the old one.
Yeah, what is your rulership? What does your kingdom look like?
Oh, what's best in life?
What's best in life? He would say, "What's best in life?" He would see
destroyer.
to see your enemies flee before you.
Lamentation,
The lamentation of their women. And what's the third one? That's the third one. But to see your enemies flee, they gonna flee before us, man. Yeah.
Totally talk about that.
That's it, bro. When you really think about it, and people probably watch that movie and be like, "I don't know about that." Nigga, yes. This,
he said to crush your enemies.
yes.
See them driven before you and hear the lamentation.
To crush your enemies, to see them driven from before you. Think about when we get to see this devil in his rightful place, man.
Yeah, straight
When
up.
we get to put him in chains and be like, "Yeah, motherfuckers." That's gonna be the best feeling, bro. You ain't gonna trade that for nothing.
That's right.
Think about it.
Yeah. You had a precept, brother?
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
If I can speak on that sword coming out of Lord's mouth, you know, you'll see these new people that's on these social media sites picking up scriptures, or breaking them down. They think the Lord gonna really come back with a sword flying out of his mouth or fire coming out of his mouth. No, that's the Lord, not that command.
Right.
For the angels to go forth.
That's right. That's right.
Just want to say that.
Yeah, man. These people, they just breaking it down so wrong. And they look silly doing it. We should have a button at camp, like, button. Well, you know what I mean? They just shit is just wrong.
That's stupid, button. Stupid.
Stupid. Go ahead, brother.
Stupid.
Man, Revelation 17 and 14 again. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is the Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful.
Yeah, man, we hope to be a part of that number, man, because we're going to get to be joint heirs with him, man, and rule. We're auditioning for kingship.
That's right.
Can't no Jake on the block thinking, "Oh, I'm getting money." Nigga, we auditioning to govern the earth, to govern people, to rule over people. This is the highest thing that you could, the highest job you could actually apply for.
Highest honor, man.
The highest honor, man. Go ahead.
Revelation 17 and 15. He that saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues.
Yeah, and then you can always use this precept to break down Revelation 13 and 1. Go ahead.
Verse 16. In the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. And shall make.
We gonna get it. When we see that, we really gonna be hyped, man. When we see these, oh my goodness, I can't wait to see America fall. I can't wait to see these people just realize this motherfucker, they gotta go.
There's nothing there ain't no nuclear bunker you gonna be able to go to.
Yeah.
In America, ain't gonna be no driving, planes, trying to escape a missile. Like, no, once these missiles get, that's why it says the king of Babylon, his heart waxed feeble with them. You know, his hands waxed weak when he heard the report of them talking about those missiles being shot from Russia.
Because what you gonna do?
There ain't nothing you gonna be able to do.
You just gotta prepare for that death.
Everybody can find your nearest nuclear bunker. What's gonna be able? What's that?
What's that movie where the family was hugging in the living room?
Oh,
this is like, fuck it, we just go. Yeah.
I was there too.
Yeah. He's just sitting there like, damn.
Yeah.
Think about the emotional affliction they was going through. What the Lord tells us in Wisdom of Solomon 5. But damn.
He was doubting the whole time.
He was.
He was doubting whether or not there was a higher power.
He was being a whole ass nigga.
He was a scientist.
He's a scientist.
Exactly.
Hey, I remember that at the end of the movie, they escaped to that planet.
Yeah.
But they still wasn't able to escape the, judgment.
Yeah.
Because them, I don't know what they were. They're like dinosaurs.
Oh, you thinking of another one? No, you thinking about
Hey, I know what movie you're talking about though. Hold up. He's talking about the movie escape Earth in that movie to the fleet of destruction. But when they got there, man, wild beasts, destroyed them. So there's no escaping the Lord. They're not gonna get that far, obviously. But there's no escaping the judgment of the Lord. Is the point,
Man, they show you in that movie, bro. It's crazy because it was comics, right? But spiritually, we know that's how the day of the Lord is gonna be. Big tidal waves, 100, 200 foot waves.
What
they're just sitting at the
what the
bottom.
scripture say? The earth shall be shaken.
Nobody was
his presence.
Don't take it serious.
I got to fix that. All right. This is Luke Solomon chapter 4, verse 15. It says, "This the people saw and understood it not, neither they up this in their mind, that his grace and mercy is with the saints, and he and that he had respect unto his chosen." Because the people of this world isn't thinking of the will, strength, and power of Yahawashi. They're thinking that tomorrow's just going to come. All right, but grace and mercy is with the saints, and he has respect unto his chosen.
And to receive this understanding, this is mercy, bro. This is man, real beautiful. We've been given a blueprint.
That's right.
I got something. Just laying back off of the 10 horns. I didn't hit the board. This is Jeremiah 51. Verse 41 says, "Behold, a people shall come from the north, and a great nation, and many kings." So this north is talking about Russia, but many kings also shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. They shall hold the bow and the lance, which I was talking about the missiles. They are cruel and will not show mercy. Their voice shall roar like the sea, and they shall ride upon horses. Everyone put in array like a man to the battle against thee, O daughter of Babylon. The king of Babylon hath heard the report of them, and his hands waxed feeble. Anguish took hold of them, and pains as a travail, and pains as of a woman in travail.
Yeah, man. Those missiles are gonna hit. There's no defense system that's gonna stop them. There's no evading them. Russia even came out and was saying that these new missiles that they have, man, they can't be shot down by a defense system.
God, that was General Mark Milley. He made a report on that.
That was his name?
Yeah, that was his name. I did a lesson on that. He said Russia was America's #1 threat, and it's because of the hypersonic missiles that they have.
You can't shoot those down.
They have no answer for it. Basically, that's what he said. Quoted. We don't have an answer for that.
Yeah, man. So they just out there lacking.
Yep. Hey, that's why they created the whole doomsday clock in America. That's based off nuclear war, mainly with Russia.
Yeah.
As soon as Russia came back in power, that minute hand started getting closer to 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's why they created that whole thing based off of nuclear war.
The acronym MAD, that's really where it comes from.
So what?
MAD, M-A-A-D. It goes into that.
Oh,
if one basically goes into if one country decides to send missiles or nuclear bombs, then they're gonna send a
mutual insured destruction. Is that
that's what it is. That's what it is. I was just kidding. That's what it is. Mutual destruction.
Yeah. It ain't the whole acronym because it's 2D.
Yeah, something else.
Mutually
insured atomic destruction.
No, shit. Oh, but you get the point.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Go ahead, brother.
Revelation chapter 17 and verse 16 again. In the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate, and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire.
Yeah, man, they're gonna turn against this place, like it says in Obadiah. Go ahead.
For the Most High Yahawah has put in their hearts to fulfill His will.
The Lord is pulling the strings on both sides. He controls everything, which is why we don't have to fear these people or anything they can do. Because we already know who we serve control both sides. The only way they can do something to you is if the Most High, if Yahawashi okayed it first. So it's just for us, we just like, shit, you gonna do what you gonna do. But I ain't tripping on you. I'm trying to please him. Okay, go ahead.
And to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, and unto the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth.
Yeah, man, and we dwelling in it. Filthy. She dirty, and she going down. All right. So anybody's got anything to add? Any closing precepts? All right, man. So that was Revelation, the 17th chapter. Lord willing, it was edifying. Want to give all praises to the Most High.
Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Qadash.
Double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who taught us the truth and rule well. All right, and shalom to all the brothers pursuing this truth in sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.